Welcome back to my channel, Strawberries.
Hop in the shower, let me wash that club off of you.
Put that tongue away, girl. I'm in a weird mood tonight. I needed to make myself laugh. So today, we're doing a riddle. We're gonna do a little riddle for my single humans. Single girlies. And not girlies. Okay. So, first, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer personal one-on-one sessions, FaceTime sessions over 30 minutes to 45 minutes long, and I have many different options for that. I also have recorded readings, and that is where you can get a 10-minute video recording where I send a video to you and answer your question, or a 30 to 45 minute personal YouTube video just for you. I also have a membership if you want to become a Supreme Strawberry. Okay, I go live every Tuesdays and Thursdays to do paid readings, and my paid readings are a lot cheaper than anything I have offered on my website. So make sure to subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss when I upload and you don't miss when I go live. Other than that, let's get into the piles. Deck number 1 is going to be this deck. Lost Oracle. Okay, so this is usually a deck like when life feels like it's falling apart and you just want to die. Like, this is the deck you go to. So if you feel like that, this might be the pile for you, queen. Pile number 2 is going to be this Aramchara deck. She is a shiny one. It's like dusk out right now. I hope you guys can feel the vibes. Like sunset is happening right now. Last and final deck is my favorite, Mystic Martians. For those of you that don't like tapping, here is the first one. To the left, Lost Oracle is number 1. Aramchara is number 2. And Mystic Martian is number 3. So take a deep breath and see which one you feel the most. If you chose this deck, then this is your reading. I'm going to pull off camera and I'll clarify on camera with a tarot deck because this is a newer deck that I have, so I really want to lock into the message. Pile 1. This is definitely going with the transformation theme. So 5, 6. We have a 1 mirroring a 10, which is 1, 1. So 11 could be significant for you. 9 could be significant for you. 7 or 6 could also be significant. So the number 7 also is really loud specifically. But the first card out, we have Pierce the Veil, and this is Move Beyond Illusion. What I was immediately getting from this card is some of you guys, when it comes to relationships, could be in a period or a standpoint where you're actually having to trust in faith when it comes to how you're showing up for yourself. Because the next card is Peridormial Passion. Premadoral passion. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Premadoral passion. Leave your mark. And it's this woman on this rock, like creating some kind of art. So what I was getting from these two cards is that when it comes to your love life, there is just this energy of feeling as if you need someone else to create something. Like you're not exactly showing up in the way that you would want to fully express yourself because there's some kind of security that you're wanting from a relationship. Mirroring Pierce the Veil, which is a card about moving on up beyond illusion, is harvest ritual. With this having the word harvest in it immediately is essentially telling me that right now you're the kind of person that you're meant to plant seeds about who you want to be and where you want to go and create like a garden for yourself and then receive that harvest. But right now it's like you're waiting for somebody else to start your garden. Like that's literally the energy that I'm getting. So there could be aspects of you that are like, well, I want to build with someone. I want to do this with someone. I want someone to help me do this and do this. But there's ways that your subconscious is stopping you from actually allowing you to show up for yourself that way. Because we have Hands of Fire coming through, which is number 9. And this literally says, shake your inner flame. Stoke your inner flame. And look at the fucking card. It's like, it's giving me divine feminine energy. And then we have the crone, know your power. So the crone is like kind of like the hermit. So there is a need here for this pile to actually go into deep reflection on where are you neglecting yourself or waiting for a relationship? Like what aspects are you neglecting yourself in? Are you saying, well, I don't have enough money to do this and this and this, so I'm not going to pursue this passion. I'm not confident to do this, but I would be with a partner, so I'm going to wait till I have a partner to do this. Like you're going to attract someone that treats you the same way you treat yourself. So there is a really big aspect here right now of recognizing that how much you support yourself is the amount of support you're going to receive from someone else. Right now, it doesn't feel like you're fully supporting yourself, which is why there's an illusion energy here. Because it's like, well, why would I support myself if I don't believe that supporting myself is going to do anything? Because supporting myself is hard. So if I do that and I do something that's hard, I have no evidence that that's actually going to get me the relationship that I want. That's why Pierce the Veil, move beyond illusion is out here. So you can actually choose to trust faith. Move beyond the illusion. The illusion is that you're not going to attract something if you change the way you show up for yourself. That's the illusion. So that's actually a fear you're learning to let go of. And I also think it's important to recognize that when you are showing up for yourself in this way, and you're maybe working through frustration, Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck as I'm saying that. It's like there's literally an energy of self-sabotage here, an aspect of self-sabotage. So you may experience like you're playing the guitar for the first time ever, you're processing your emotions, you're validating your emotions, like whatever it is that you're doing for yourself that you want your future partner to do for you, you could experience an element of frustration. Like, I don't want to do this. I want someone else to do this for me. Like, that is you actually purging out that belief system. That belief system is related to an emotion of despair. And that emotion is something that's been defining your actions. So once you release that emotion by recognizing the belief, that is something that you can let go of to create a new belief that is rooted in a new emotion of faith and joy and optimism rather than despair. So it's a really big, and oh my God, cutting the deck, I put a Seven of Swords here, which is self-sabotage with the Ace of Wands, which is action-taking energy here. So see, the way that you're going to move through this is by activating your masculine energy and taking action on yourself. The Hanged Man is coming through. See, this is like a perspective shift that a lot of you guys are going through. Shut the F up. This is such a message. I was like, oh, you're going through having a perspective shift right now on how you treat yourself. As I'm saying that, my freaking water got delivered and I had to manually text my person and be like, hey, can you bring me water? It's empty. It's been empty for a long time and I'm fucking thirsty. I communicated my needs. I took an action to receive one of my needs. And as I'm doing this reading about you receiving something that you need by giving it to yourself, receiving your needs from somebody else by giving them to yourself, recognizing them, I received one of my literal needs, water. And bitch, I was fucking thirsty. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is actually a really good sign about the fact that the more you're like thirsting for something, use that as empowerment. Like this is like stoke your inner fire use that as empowerment to be like, I deserve it. I'm gonna fucking give it to myself. Like, I don't wanna wait for someone else to give this to me. Like, I want it, so I'm gonna find a way to give it to myself. And that even could create a bigger thirst for wanting it from someone else, knowing that you now have it within yourself, knowing that you have more faith that it exists. But the bigger that fire gets, the bigger the reward is going to be with like this harvest card. So it's actually like the more you expand the amount of self-love that you have for yourself, confirmation burp, the bigger your reward is going to be. So it's also like you'll notice the amount of, you can only meet someone to the level you've met yourself. So if you haven't taken action to like meet yourself at a deep level, you're probably not going to attract a very deep relationship. But if you understand every single one of your needs, everything, all of the ways that you want to be treated, all of the ways that you value connection, all of the ways you want to feel in a connection, and you literally show up for yourself in that way, that is the kind of connection that you are choosing to attract by valuing yourself in that way. So that's the perspective shift that's coming through here, is that you're needing to have faith in how you show up for yourself and trusting that that's going to change the outcome. Oh, the chariot, the fucking chariot. Where was that? I literally just saw the chariot, guys. Well, I don't see it anymore. And then the magician, the fucking magician, the witch pot. There's a witchy energy here to this pile. There's like a witchy energy. But that's what I'm saying here. This is like energetic manifestation. Manifesting is solely about emotion. Like, it is literally about emotion. So if you're saying, I want this and this and this and this and this in a relationship, you most likely want safety, or you want validation, or you want to feel seen, or you want to feel abundant, you want to feel safe. Like, there's some type of relying emotion that you're looking for something or someone to give you, that you have the ability to give yourself, to actually align to that reality, to also assure that you're not going to become codependent on that person when they come into your life. So there is an aspect of your inner child that you're healing right now. You are somebody that's attracting options. That's what I'm saying. This is how it's gonna come in for you. Okay, so there's a period. This might be, I don't want to give it a timeline, but healing takes a while, you know. So take this how it resonates on whether you've already been doing this or you're just starting this journey. But it's like, once you're fully confident in what you want, how you want to be treated, and you have adapted that lifestyle within your daily routine. So you now are pretty much your own boyfriend or your own girlfriend in the best way. When you receive this harvest and you're completely closing out this cycle, 7 of Cups, you're going to have options. You're actually manifesting options. So how this is coming through, it's like you now have a soul compass of like, okay, I want to be treated this way and I want to feel this way. So now the universe is like, okay, here is someone that gives you 80%, someone that gives you 60%, someone that gives you 70, somebody gives you 90, someone that gives you 100. And you get to recognize, okay, which one do I want? Like, which one is going to fully fulfill me now that I know what I would like? So the fact that that's also mirroring the Hanged Man, you could have struggled with codependency in past lives, like a lot, like a big codependent cycle. So this also feels like part of a test, a karmic test, where it's like, are you going to fully commit to the type of love that you want? So you're going to get many options and you have to choose which one is, am I going to settle for the first one that I get because I'm desperate for love? Or am I going to hold my standard and recognize, maybe this one isn't the one. I'm going to, loosen my grip and see if something else comes in. That's something that's coming through, because right now it's almost like if something came in for you, your guides actually might be protecting you by not sending anybody in, because you might just like immediately be like, okay, I want you. When that person actually might not even be treating you well, but you're like, it's the first person, so you're like, okay, well, I want a relationship. So there is an aspect of illusion that you're clearing out by recognizing what love actually like tastes like and feels like by giving it to yourself. Like I always say, if someone feeds you a dragon fruit and they say, what is it? You can't say, oh, that's a dragon fruit, because you've never tasted a dragon fruit before. That's literally like if someone comes up to you and they give you real love, you're literally going to be like, what the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. And you're not going to value it. You're not going to appreciate it. You're not going to reciprocate it because you don't even know what it is. So that's something you're being asked to cultivate within yourself in order to attract this. And then the Wheel of Fortune coming out here as well. 1, 2, 3. 3 major arcana cards with the 9 of Pentacles on the fucking bottom. That's what I'm saying. This is about your independence. You are somebody that is meant to create independence. And this could even be through financial independence as well. So maybe I have some business owners out there or people that are really being called to focus on building their business. And that is a source of security that is going to bring you abundance or self-expression in this way. Maybe some of you want a relationship for money aspect. I don't know. But that is how this is coming through really loud. So, okay, that was pile number 1. Let me clear my spread and we'll get to pile number 2. If you chose this deck, then this is your reading. I am, again, going to pull off camera so I can really analyze the cards because this is a newer deck that I have. Oh my god, this pile, this is like slow and steady wins the race. You could already be taking steps because we literally have 1, 2, 3. Like the cards literally go 10, which is 1, and then vanity 2, and creative thinking 3. Oh, like that's literally insane. So something that's coming through really loud for me is that this pile, you are meant to be just different and unique. This could be Aquarius energy, maybe Gemini, but essentially this again, Gemini is loud here. The reason I say that is because you're like a chameleon. You're somebody that can easily adapt to the people that you're around. And it's almost like a habit that you have. So it's like when you're around somebody, even if you're like in a relationship and that person is like really good in the gym and they're like really healthy, when you meet that person, upon them, you could start like adapting their habits. And that's like really good for you. But it like takes away from your authenticity and creativity. So it's almost like you're looking for like a role model or like someone to look up to, someone to do something with, so you feel less alone and you feel more confident about what you're doing. When you're meant to do fucking... This literally feels like you're the kind of person where it's like if you feel like you're not meant to work, you're meant to have a job where you can wake up at 12 in the fucking afternoon. You're gonna wake up at 1 in the afternoon and still be making money. You're maybe the kind of person where it's like you wear like crazy outfits. You maybe look different. Like you just work differently than a lot of people do. And if this is actually something you're meant to embrace about yourself in order to attract a love that accepts this within you. So I'm not sure if you've ever attracted like controlling partners, but it doesn't necessarily feel that way. But it feels like you've been a shapeshifter in relationships, and this causes you to be emotionally drained and unfulfilled, and you to be codependent. So it's like you show up in that way because you want a role model, and because you're seeing that person as a role model, you don't want them to be disappointed in you, and you don't want them to leave you. So then you're consistently holding up this image of like kind of how they act, how they are, in order to appease them, but you're dishonoring how you actually want to show up yourself out of fear that they might not like it. So that's a huge thing that you're meant to focus on right now and kind of ask yourself, like, how am I different? How am I unique? And how can I value that no matter who I'm around? Because that is really going to attract a powerful connection for you. I'm actually gonna get a second row here. But like I said, with 1, 2, 3, you're already doing the steps. It's how I feel. I feel like you're already doing this. You maybe know this about yourself already. Okay, we have Seer coming through, we have 1, 1, 1. Literally, this is number 11, and then this is 10. I'm clarifying the 10 card with an 11 card. That's insane here. Yeah, okay, so a lot of you guys could actually be extremely spiritual. And you know us starseeds, we're a little funky. Like, that's just, we're meant to be funky. We're meant to be weird. Like, think about, like, Doechii. She's literally like, like, have you ever heard a song that was, like, used breathing as music? Like, it's weird. It's fucking weird, but people love it because it's extremely authentic and it's unique. That is the type of, like, archetype or role model that your guides are wanting you to look for you to embody yourself. In what way and what qualities do you have that are fucking weird? It's like literally the song Substance by Greedo, where it's like, we woke up intoxicated off of all type of drugs. like that's kind of the kind of relationships I feel like you attract, is where you guys are like trauma bonded and you guys are like the exact same, but then it like sucks you into like an old version of yourself where you're not creating. So there is an aspect of creation here that your guides actually want you to lean into, to say like, where am I weird and how can I embrace that in my daily life? Or how can I put myself in public settings? If you are someone that likes being around others, or you like connecting, how can I put myself in public settings where I'm around others that are also a little weird, you know, that are also like have the same talents as me or have the same qualities as me? But there is an aspect here for you to actually like listen to people that are around you, maybe people that are older than you, like actually take advice, because what you've been doing is coming from a space of the emotional blueprint that you've had that is just not working for you anymore. So you're definitely being called to like seek out other knowledge. Yeah, creative thinking with water. You're a fucking creative ass bitch, whoever I'm talking to. But it's like, and creativity, the people that are so creative are usually very empathic and sensitive and usually got invalidated as fuck as children. So you probably created this pattern from childhood because you maybe didn't get to do the things you wanted as a child. You maybe had to grow up really fast. You maybe got invalidated. So now it's like you have this huge creative ideas, this huge creative personality, but you just want to be validated and loved. So you change yourself for others because that's more important than creation. Because in order for you to create, you need to validate and love yourself. So that is like the kind of, like, do you see the dynamic of the kind of relationships you're attracting? So you may even attract relationships that are like normal, like your parents, or relationships that are like basic, when you're meant to have like a kind of relationship that is expansive and deep and sensual and creative and unique. It might be a type of relationship dynamic that you've never seen before, which may sound uncomfortable for you right now, knowing that what you look for right now is something that's kind of like normal. Pilgrim. I'm gonna say it, send out another card. Bro, this is so loud. Trust coming on the bottom here. So this is the card that I was getting about there being like a codependent aspect element here, is the fox, right? Like you're a frog. Okay, you're the frog here. You're like this goofy frog, but you turn yourself into a fox. Like that's the vibe. That's like the codependent energy. This is being clarified by thief. Strong may feel the truth, but stranger will be if I don't free myself. So this is literally an energy of like you are attracting people that steal your energy because you're allowing them to, because you change yourself. Like that, you're like dishonoring yourself. This is a really deep pattern that's like, it's definitely embedded in being invalidated. Let's see how you can show up for yourself better. Ace of Cups reversed with the Six of Pentacles. Queen of Cups coming through. There could be some water signs. Pisces. I'm definitely channeling Pisces. It's reversed. I knew it. Okay, what I need you to do to attract a relationship is quit focusing on what other people think of you and what other people want, and start valuing what you want and how you feel. So if you're in a relationship or you're meeting somebody, I want you to consistently practice asking yourself, how do I feel? What do I want? What is going to make me feel good? And that may cause you to set boundaries. That may cause you to take space. That may cause you to communicate your needs. But that is something that you are being called to do. And it's actually an example that you're meant to set for others. Because you are different and you are predominantly spiritual, I just want you to recognize the benefit of being somebody in a world of people pleasers, in a world of people that change themselves for others, being someone that values themselves enough to say, hey, like I need to take a step back, or I just don't have space to answer this message. Or somebody that's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go dance in the rain. I'm gonna go dance in the rain. And then that gives that person a perspective shift to be like, maybe I should like try that. That sounds fun. But if you're both just like, one person is structuring to their life and you're structuring to them, you're not actually giving any inspiration to yourself or others. you being like a star seed energy, you're meant to inspire. Like you are literally meant to inspire others by being different. But your fear is that you're going to get invalidated because that's something that happened as a child. But what you're meant to prove to yourself is that it's actually going to create you to be more seen. If you choose to be weird and you choose to be authentic and you choose to be different, it's actually going to bring in more positive connections. It's going to bring in more validation. It's going to bring in inspiration. It's going to bring in people that you're actually shifting their way of thinking and their way of showing up for themselves and their ability to want to be authentic within themselves. But your belief right now, Queen of Cups reversed, is that I'm not going to be loved if I'm different. So I think it could be really beneficial for you to maybe observe, like, why do I believe that? What in my childhood, who told me and showed me that I'm not going to be loved if I'm different? And write a letter to that version of yourself and ask her what she wants to do. Ask him what he wants to do and do that. And freaking do that and prove to yourself that there's nothing to be afraid of. 3 of Wands, like you're really being asked to look at your future right now. Like let go of the pain of the past. 10-10 I'm seeing at right now. You are becoming authentic. Like this is huge. 8 of Cups on the fucking bottom with the 9 of Swords and the Page of Swords. Like you're walking away from consistently perfecting yourself. That's literally this energy that you're walking away from. You're letting this go. So literally it's giving Pink Pony Club. It's giving like follow your dreams. It's giving think fucking big and recognize what's stopping you from doing that and validate that version of yourself and try to consistently take an action to be weird every day. Be weird. That's the message for pile 2. Be fucking weird. Okay, let me clear my spread and go to pile number 3. You chose this deck and then this is your reading. That last pile 2 was like bomb as fuck. Like, I needed that shit, honestly. Let's see what is going on with the vibe of you being single and what can you do to attract a relationship. Oh, Octurian's coming out here. Okay, this is a card about soul searching. Hey. Okay, this is already giving me going out of your comfort zone. Like, this is giving me get out of your room. Get out of your fucking house. Get out of the cave, sister. Okay, you're extremely intuitive. The pattern that you're working on in relationships is actually trust. So it feels like there's like an inability to fully trust yourself because it feels like if this is something you've worked on, you trust what you deserve in a relationship, but you don't trust that you're actually going to receive that from someone or that exists. That's how that feels. So this is actually what you're being called to do is soul search within experimenting and implementing the kind of boundaries that you want to be respected, the way you want to feel, the way you want someone to show up for you. So for example, if you're dating, like say you get a dating app or something, then you have the ability to show up for people. And if they don't show up for you the way that you want, or they don't give to you what you want, you have the ability to say, like to set your standards, you know, to communicate what it is that you want. And then you get to see if that person actually shows up for you. Some people will, maybe some people won't, but if somebody actually does, whether that's your dream person or not, that's actually changing your belief system and recognizing like, oh, like the work that I've done and me valuing myself and knowing what I deserve, it actually has changed the outcome of what I'm getting in my relationships. So there is an element of manifestation here, but this actually feels like you're practicing the healing that you've done to prove to yourself that it is paying off. So this pile, I'm going to be honest, this pile feels like really close to manifesting a relationship. Yes, literally clarifying Agarthans this is the card about manifestation, multidimensional perception. And so this is like, let me make sure that I'm living the life that I want in the manifested reality that I'm looking at. So in the manifested reality you're looking at, you probably have someone that treats you amazing. They value your emotions. They show up for you. So your energy is like, how can I actually take action to create that in my life? And to value that version of myself, to value what it is that I want. So whether you're actually getting it or not right now, you get to communicate to make sure that you receive that. So Evens is a card about infancy stage. It's also a card about intuition and reading between the lines. So you're really being called to actually test your intuition when it comes to connections right now, to prove to yourself of how powerful your intuition actually is and how much it is that you've grown. Third eye is out here, and it's being clarified by Anunnaki reversed. There could have been an element of all or nothing relationships when it comes to your past. So this is like you're completely alone, or you're completely infatuated with somebody and losing yourself. This is something, it feels like maybe you've let go of this. Like in the past, you could have been codependent, and now you could be completely independent. And now you're like, let's combine them together. You know what it feels like to overgive, and you also know what it feels like to under-receive. So now let's make sure that in a connection, you're saying, okay, I'm still giving to this connection, but I'm still valuing what I deserve and what I know that I want. So I know that I'm not overgiving. That is like the aspect of balancing, where you can receive from yourself by setting boundaries and communicating, and also receive from somebody else. So there is an aspect of opening your heart, allowing yourself to feel more understood when it comes to connections by valuing what you want and communicating that and practicing that in real time. This is going to be uncomfortable for you. I literally feel that. Like I feel that this is uncomfortable for you to receive or to communicate your needs or communicate your boundaries. Like this is probably not easy for you. But it's like the universe literally wants to show you that you've changed. Like that's literally the vibe. Like energy, law of attraction. Like if you change, you're going to change what you attract. And how are you going to know if what you've attracted is changing if you don't put yourself out there? How are you going to know that people are going to respect your boundaries if you don't ever set boundaries? Like that's the vibe that I'm getting. You're really close. Your energy feels close. I wouldn't be surprised if the Two of Cups of the Lovers comes out, or the Four of Wands or something. Six of Swords is the first card out. 6-6 could be significant for you, which is literally the card of balance, which is what I said about the all or nothing mindset. So this is clarifying Arcturians, which is a card about soul searching. So the way that you're going to become more confident in how you're approaching your emotions, how you're valuing your emotions, and how you're moving in away from what you believe might happen or what you fear might happen is by practicing it with others. That's confirmation and validation for that. I keep seeing the Wheel of Fortune as well. The reason that there's like a big trust issue is because I think that what you've attracted in the past was directly related to like a really wounded version of yourself, of your inner child. So the card about trust issues here is coming through with the 10 of Cups sideways. So it's like you're aware of your past patterns, you're aware of, childhood trauma, how it affected you, but you haven't necessarily taken action after healing it. That's why this is so important, because it's like, oh, I actually like deserve this. Like I'm actually changing. Like when you start to communicate your needs and receive that from somebody after being a people pleaser or being somebody that's codependent, you really get this feeling of like, oh my God, like I'm like really changing. Like I'm a queen though. Like I actually really know what I deserve. That is the energy. 2 of Cups on the bottom. What the fuck did I literally say, guys? 2 of Cups on the literal bottom. I'm taking that. I told you it was going to come out. With the Magician, with the Queen of Swords here. And then right here on the bottom, on the other bottom of the deck, is the Ace of Pentacles. This was reversed. I'm taking it reversed because it makes sense. You in the past is like, I'm afraid I'm going to miss out on an opportunity. So you might have latched to things. You may have avoided things. However it is you dealt with that. Queen of Swords with the Magician is, I know what I deserve. I know what I want. So I'm going to have fun in looking for it. That's the energy. Like, have fun setting boundaries. Have fun looking for your manifestation. Have fun knowing that there is an unlimited amount of options out there. And have fun, like, testing how much it is that you've grown and how much people will actually respect you when you respect yourself. So this is actually you, like, practicing, like, playing around with a karmic pattern that you've healed. And so this, in the past, maybe you were insecure. Maybe you were always like, you just put all of your eggs in one basket. Have fun maybe dating a few people. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Until you're in a committed relationship with somebody, you're always going to be somebody's option, unless it's been communicated otherwise. So if that's something maybe you've never done, there is an element here of like playing around with that, giving yourself options. Like, really get out of the cave. Like, put yourself out there. The magician is literally coming out, guys. Fucking, you manifested this shit. You fucking manifested this shit. Like, do this. Your guides are like, come on, girl. What the fuck are you doing? Get out of your damn bed. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, exactly. That's why I'm getting this. Have fun, have fun, have fun. Clarifying the intuition card. It's the King of Swords reversed. We want to get rid of that energy. King of Swords reversed is like strategic as fuck. King of Swords reversed is like, what do I want and how can I make sure I'm taking the right or wrong actions to get there? Or what don't I want and how can I take the right or wrong actions to avoid that? So it's just an energy of complete strategy, which literally rids you of any emotional enjoyment in processing what you're actually doing. So with this mirroring the Six of Swords, the more you become lighthearted with connections and not so attached to the outcome, not so attached to healing, what I need to do, what I don't need to do, and just being like, oh, I wonder where this connection is gonna go. And then maybe they are not valuing you in some way. So then you can say, oh, I'm gonna take a step away. Or you can be like, oh, hey, I just don't really like when you do that. It's like, it doesn't have to be so serious. You don't need to like protect yourself so much anymore because you can trust your intuition to recognize when something's not right. Like this is really about you learning to trust yourself. So when you meet the right person, you're like, oh yeah, this is good. Like, this feels good. So there's just a really big element of fun here that your guides are wanting you to implement in your dating life. That the devil's coming through in the reverse position, which tells me that you're healing from some type of control or codependency with the fucking 10 of Swords. This is literally fears controlling you in relationships and this bringing you to a pattern of emotionally overgiving and emotionally under receiving. So this is a huge spiritual lesson that you are closing out right now. And this also feels like a father wound as well for some of you guys. So I just think it's really important to have fun with your dating life right now. It does seem that there is a connection on the horizon, but until you meet this person, there are going to be some options that are giving you the opportunity to grow within how much you trust yourself. King of Cups is on the bottom, so I think you are attracting somebody that's actually emotionally stable, emotionally available. But in order for you to genuinely receive that and trust that somebody can be like that, you got to get out of the King of Swords reversed. So getting into that playful energy is really going to help you with that. Okay, that was pile number 3, bitch. Okay, that was like so fun. Wasn't that fun? Okay, I love you guys so much. Please let me know down below how this resonated for you. I'm happy to do these readings for you guys. Also, let me know down below what other kind of readings you'd like from me. Don't miss my next live. It's on Thursday. And other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Please like the video as well. Love you, strawberries.